Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda's absolute was a person's own higher self. To labor for the benefit of humanity was the noblest endeavor. Swami Vivekananda is best known in the United States for his groundbreaking speech to the 1893 World's Parliament of Religions. In a day when you don't come across any problems, you can be sure that you are traveling in a wrong path. In a conflict between the heart and the brain, follow your heart. Take up one idea. Make that one idea your life. Dream of it. Think of it. Live on that idea. Let the brain, the body, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea, and just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success, and this is the way great spiritual giants are produced. Be the servant while leading. Be unselfish. Have infinite patience, and success is yours. Talk to yourself at least once in a day. Otherwise you may miss a meeting with an excellent person in this world. You cannot believe in God until you believe in yourself. Who is helping you? Don't forget them. Who is loving you? Don't hate them. Who is believing you? Don't cheat them. You have to grow from the inside out. None can teach you. None can make you spiritual. There is no other teacher but your own soul. Where can we go to find God? If we cannot see Him in our own hearts and in every living being. We are what our thoughts have made us. So take care about what you think. Words are secondary. Thoughts live. They travel far. Relationships are more important than life, but it is important for those relationships to have life in them. Arise. Awake. And don't stop until the goal is reached. The great secret of true success, of true happiness is this: the man or woman who asks for no return, the perfectly unselfish person, is the most successful. All power is within you. You can do anything and everything. Believe in that. Don't believe that you are weak. Don't believe that you are half-crazy lunatics as most of us do nowadays. You can do anything and everything, without even the guidance of anyone. Stand up, and express the divinity within you. The greatest sin is to think yourself weak. The greatest religion is to be true to your own nature. Have faith in yourselves. Anything that makes weak, physically, intellectually and spiritually, reject it as poison. Dare to be free, dare to go as far as your thought leads, and dare to carry that out in your life. Be not afraid of anything. You will do marvelous work. It is fearlessness that brings heaven even in a moment. All love is expansion. All selfishness is contraction. Love is therefore the only law of life. He who loves, lives. He who is selfish is dying. Therefore love for love's sake, because it is the only law of life, just as you breathe to live. feel nothing, know nothing, do nothing, have nothing, give up all to God, and say utterly, Thy will be done. We only dream this bondage. Wake up and let it go. The fire that warms us can also consume us. It is not the fault of the fire. Learn everything that is good from others, but bring it in, and in your own way absorb it. Don't become others. Was there ever a more horrible blasphemy than the statement that all the knowledge of God is confined to this or that book? How dare men call God infinite, and yet try to compress him within the covers of a little book? Do one thing at a time, and while doing it put your whole soul into it to the exclusion of all else. We are responsible for what we are, and whatever we wish ourselves to be, we have the power to make ourselves. If what we are now has been the result of our own past actions, it certainly follows that whatever we wish to be in the future can be produced by our present actions. So we have to know how to act. Each work has to pass through these stages: ridicule, opposition, and then acceptance. Those who think ahead of their time are sure to be misunderstood. A fool may buy all the books in the world, and they will be in his library, but he will be able to read only those that he deserves to. We reap what we sow. We are the makers of our own fate. The wind is blowing. Those vessels whose sails are unfurled catch it, and go forward on their way, but those which have their sails furled do not catch the wind. Is that the fault of the wind? We make our own destiny. Condemn none. If you can stretch out a helping hand, do so. If you cannot, fold your hands, bless your brothers, and let them go their own way. Books are infinite in number, and time is short. The secret of knowledge is to take what is essential. Take that and try to live up to it. The world is the great gymnasium where we come to make ourselves strong. The only religion that ought to be taught is the religion of fearlessness. Either in this world or in the world of religion, it is true that fear is the sure cause of degradation and sin. It is fear that brings misery, fear that brings death, fear that breeds evil. And what causes fear? Ignorance of our own nature. Each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divinity by controlling nature, external and internal. Do this either by work, or worship, or psychic control, or philosophy, by one, or more, or all of these, and be free. This is the whole of religion. Doctrines, or dogmas, or rituals, or books, or temples, or forms, are but secondary details. Education is the manifestation of perfection already existing in man. Do not believe a thing because you have read about it in a book. Do not believe a thing because another man has said it was true. Do not believe in words because they are hallowed by tradition. Find out the truth for yourself. Reason it out. That is realization. There is no limit to the power of the human mind. The more concentrated it is, the more power is brought to bear on one point. The cheerful mind perseveres and the strong mind uses its way through 1,000 difficulties. Even the greatest fool can accomplish a task if it were after his or her heart. But the intelligent ones are those who can convert every work into one that suits their taste.